Hello everybody, I'm Chris Segrell, principal of Christ the King School. I'm here with Amy Becker, who is the assistant principal of the school, and we are here at the Vanden Bosch house. Kind of a little overcast, but it's not windy, it's not rainy. We're really happy with this kind of weather. So, pleasure to be here. And I want to say congratulations to the Fayad family. They were the very first ones to guess where we were going to be. There were a lot of guesses. There were a lot of wrong guesses, so I think the clues this time were a lot harder. But thank you everybody who sent in a guess as to where we were going to be, and congratulations once again to the Fayad family. We made it. It's the end of the school year, it's the end of the fourth quarter, it's the end of remote learning. I know I saw some happy dances going on today as some of you were dropping off textbooks. I want to thank everybody who dropped off their textbooks with us either yesterday or today. It was great to see you. We really need those textbooks back, and most people did that, but there's several that didn't return any books. So if you have not made arrangements with me to keep your books over the summer, we need them back. So please contact Sherry or Julie in the office to make arrangements for dropping those books off. The office is only open certain times, most of the time in the morning. But please give them a call to arrange a time to drop those books off so we can process them back into the system and get ready for next school year. And we appreciate that very much. I also want to thank everybody who came out last Friday for our 8th grade graduation drive-by. It was a huge success. It was a beautiful day. We had over 150 cars and people honking their horns, waving to our 8th graders. It was very touching. It was very beautiful. Our 8th graders, they were just so blown away by the participation. They were just so honored that everyone came out. So thank you so much for all of you that came out to honor our 8th graders last Friday. Last thing I'm going to talk about is, since it is the end of the year and the end of the fourth quarter, report cards are going to be coming out, and we're going to mail them out to you next week. And they're different. They're going to look a lot different than they normally have looked in the past, and that's because the fourth quarter has looked a lot different than it ever has in the past. So many variables, so many family situations, circumstances with remote learning, and instead of just grading the normal way, we kind of took a look at everything teachers were receiving in, and we made it a lot simpler. So students are going to get a B for beginning, a D for developing, a P for proficient. Most people are going to be proficient in what they did, and the teachers have a way of gauging that based on what the students turned in, the work, the quality, and what work they did turn in. So please don't be alarmed by that. It's just the way it has to be. Different schools are doing different things. We pulled together representatives from each department and decided this was the best way to do it for us and for our families because of all the varying circumstances that people were in. So some people put a lot into remote learning, and you're going to get a lot out of it, and it's going to make a big difference when you get back to school next year. So we do appreciate all of you guys that really worked hard, and most people worked so hard, and we definitely appreciate it. So just know report card's going to look a little different. Because the difference in the report card, we're not doing honor roll for the fourth quarter. It's probably the first time we're not doing that, but it didn't make sense to do that based on the way we were grading. And we never want to penalize someone if there were technology issues or family circumstances, so that's why the grading is different. That's why there's no honor roll. So just know that there's a little bit of difference. There is a letter that's coming home with the report cards that explains some of this, but I wanted to just kind of announce that and just at least let you know and give you a heads up that that's coming. Mrs. Becker and I have been working really hard prepping for next year. We have a remote learning planning committee, and we met, I think there were 11 of us that met last week. Had a really good meeting, and we're doing a lot of different things, talking and discussing about how to standardize things, how to set expectations, criteria, different procedures for next year. So we are getting ready for next year no matter what the start of the school year looks like. We have our ideas, what we think it might look like, and we just want to get everyone back in school. So we're really driving for that and planning for that, but we're planning for other things as well. So just know that we miss you. When everyone was dropping off textbooks, it was so good to see everybody. It was so uplifting, and we really look forward to next year when we can get the kids back and you guys back as parents and just kind of see everybody and just have our community together. We know it's coming, so please hang in there. Have a safe summer. Be careful about what you do. Be busy, but do some reading, do some productive things, do some fun things. You've certainly worked hard this past quarter, and everyone deserves some of those things. Some of those Family Friday things, do some of those things too. They're really wonderful things. I got to thank Mrs. Becker for putting all of that together all the time. She did a wonderful job. But if you haven't done any of the Family Fridays, look at them over the summer. It's kind of a cool thing to do. We do have one more video that we're going to do next Tuesday, and I'm going to invite Mrs. Becker to come in now, and she's going to explain kind of how that's going to work and give you some clues as to where we will be next week. God bless, and thank you, everybody.
Hi, everyone. So here we are at the Vanden Bosch house. They gave me some ideas about how remote learning went for them. Mrs. Vanden Bosch told me a really funny story. She was helping Lexi with Shirley English, and Lexi was sure her mom was wrong. And her mom does some work for the Sisters of Mercy, and she said, I'm asking the Sisters of Mercy. And so they did, and they were both pleasantly surprised to find the Sisters of Mercy really know their grammar. And Mom was right. So Lexi got to finish her work with a little help outside of the house too. The girls have done a lot of crafts. Mom says they paint and they make artwork and they make slime. They've become master bakers, which has been great for their parents. They even planted a garden that they're kind of watching now to see what they're going to get out of their garden. They have used outdoor time to play wiffle ball or soccer with their cousins. And they said if all else fails, a favorite activity is cozying up on the couch with a little hot cocoa and some popcorn and watch a new movie. So I think the Vanden Bosch family has done a great job of surviving remote learning. I hope that you all found some high spots for yourselves and some good family activities too. Next week is our last Touchbase Tuesday, and we're going to do something a little bit different. Mr. Segrell and I are going to split up, so we will be in 2 locations. We still want you to guess, but when you email, make sure you guess 2 places so that you can get both locations correct. So next week, we are going to go to 2 Christ the King families, and if you totaled their years, they would have been in the Christ the King community for 24 years. Both of these homes are on a hill, and both are east of the school. One of the families used to raise chickens, and the other family is getting ready to raise chickens. Both families have furry family members. One has 1 dog and one has 2. And you may recognize these individuals for their morning routine, which many of you probably noticed through the school year. If you think you know where we're going, both places, email myself or Mr. Segrell, and you could be announced at 2 mystery locations next week. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.